Today I'm going to assemble the fuel strainer from my Chevy 1.5 ton 4x4. So I have everything cleaned. I have fittings here. One of the nuts decided to go somewhere where it couldn't be found, so I have to find another fine threaded nut that size and paint it black. Here's the fuel strainer. I got that pretty darn clean. And the difference that I found was that these little filter plates are not brass, they're phenolic. And that's spelled with a PH in front of it. They have little ridges in them too. And it still stinks like rotten fuel, but once the gasoline starts running through the system, it'll clean it out a little further. And then I was able to find the gasket set for it. So that's not a, well, it looks like a bullseye, but it's, or a target, but it's not. It's a gasket set. And I have the mount painted, and the sediment cup is clean and painted. So let's get busy. I'm going to set you down here. That looks like a pretty good view. So the drain plug here is tapered thread, so that the tighter you fit it into the drain plug, it seals in, so it won't drain fuel, it won't drip. But there's that. That's how simple it is. Then I'll take the spring, drop the spring in there, and then the strainer. Oh boy, a little too much paint on that there. So that's a bit of an easy fix. We just get our acetone. Get some acetone on a rag. See, that paint's coming off. You wouldn't think it, but you know, even though paint and primer's pretty thin, it does add a layer on there. So there it's getting clean. There we go. Okay, now the strainer will go on there. Got to put this rag outside. I don't want to breathe acetone for long. Okay, so now it slides right on there. Let's put the spring in there first. Okay. And this gasket goes here, like that. And then, oh, that wouldn't be fun. So this is tape, because I didn't want to get this inside here painted. Good thing I turned that over. That definitely would have blocked the fuel from being delivered or pulled up to the fuel pump. Okay, so that's pretty clean. Now this gasket, the larger one, fits right in there. It's a little bit big. And that's okay. because when the fuel hits it, it will shrink just a bit. Okay, so just fit that. Let me turn that around this way. Let me just fit that together. This top piece is cast steel, so it's pretty heavy, so it helps to push the strainer down on the screen. Now take the top bolt here. Put this gasket on the top bolt, and the top bolt goes down into the stem. And it's takes a 3/4 inch wrench. I'm going to have to be doing things ambidextrously here. It doesn't have to be gorilla tight, but we do want it tight so the fuel strainer doesn't leak. Now, see if I can tighten this a bit more. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so the way this is attached to the frame is with these bolts. Just going to put that on there. Lock washer. And the nut. There it is. And this sits underneath the running board in the cab on the driver's side. Sorry, on the passenger side of the truck. And we can see here that out and in and out and in. So I want to take the fuel shut-off valve in a minute, take the collar, the threaded collar, and install that on the inside. Not inside, but the flow in. Okay, I'm gonna have to take this bolt out of here. That's 5/8. These threaded collars are National pipe thread, so they also, when they go in, it's a tapered fit, and that's pretty tight. Again, not gorilla tight, but tight. So then I'll install the fuel shut-off valve, and it is supposed to be plumbed between the strainer and the fuel tank. And this is also tapered fittings, brass. 9/16. That's pretty tight. Yep. So in this, with the handle in this position, the fuel will flow. when it's turned to this position, it is off, and it's there to help prevent a fire if there's the possibility of one. Obviously turns the flow of the gasoline off to the fuel pump, the strainer, the fuel pump, and then ultimately carburetor and engine. So the second fitting goes in, and that one's 5/8. And it's tapered as well. That's good. So that assembly is correct and 100% ready to be installed. It only took 10 minutes to perform. Looks good, looks acceptable to the depot standards. I have collected all the fuel lines and the flexible rubber hoses so that I can assemble the fuel line from the gas tank to the fuel strainer here and then onto the fuel pump. And I'll make that video too. So thanks for tuning in, thanks for watching. Have a nice day.